Hello students. I wanted to give you a quick couple tips on your experiment assignment this week, the little reports. We will do these each week, and I see common problems each semester that we do these reports. So I wanted to give you a couple heads up as you start doing these experiments. I may do these every week and let you know some of the common problems for that specific assignment. So this week we have this research methods in psychology, and you're supposed to do your own self-experiment. So you have here in your iLearn, you have an example report, and it usually comes right before the actual report that you turn in. And so you can look to that for an example, but I'll also show you a few examples. But one thing that I want to draw your attention to is that these sections are shorter than you should have. So here in the interpretation of results, you should have a statement such as that about your hypothesis being correct or incorrect, supported or not supported. But you should also be saying things like, why is that important? So the curling iron did hold the curl longer. Well, why does that matter? Is that going to change your behavior in the future? Is that going to help you in your business? I mean, tell me why this is important, why it's relevant to anybody. And alternative explanations, make sure you think about possibly other factors that could have contributed or affected your experiment. And another thing is, do more than just 2 days of data collection, and you'll have stronger data and you'll be able to interpret it better, and you'll be able to get out some of those alternative explanations. Like, what if it's raining one day and it's not the other day? Well, if you have 2 days where you curled it and it wasn't raining, and then there was one where it was raining, then you can say, well, the rain made it worse, but on days when it was dry, it was just fine. So think critically about your interpretation. What does it mean? What do your results mean? How will they change your behavior? And your alternative explanations. So another thing I want to point out is your grading rubric. All your reports will have this. Please follow it, because you can see here things like your hypotheses is going to be more points. So if you don't have a hypothesis that's actually testable, that will bring you down. Your interpretations of results, you have that little statement, was your hypothesis supported, but also why does that matter, should be in your interpretation of results. Show your critical thinking and alternative explanations, and then other things like correct grammar, describing how you collected your data well. That's important too. So here are a couple quick examples. All of these can be improved. So I've removed, these are actual reports from students from last semester, and I've removed their names, and I don't want you to copy these. I'm very serious about plagiarism. Plagiarism is not something that I want to deal with in this class, but I tend to have to at least once or twice every semester, and I always send those students to the honor office, and it's not a fun time for them or for me. It ruins my day and it ruins theirs as well. So don't copy these, but these are to help give you some more examples that you could think of your own experiment if you haven't thought of it already. So one thing that could be improved on this person's is they only had 2 days of data collection. They could have done a few more days if they had started earlier. So say they had started on Tuesday, then they could have got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday data collection. That would be great. They could have explained more what would they do now. So now maybe they should not take their phone into bed, or they will only take their phone at this time, or they'll turn their phone off at night. Alternative explanations is pretty good, so this section isn't too bad, but this is overall a pretty good report, but definitely not great, and so it can be improved. So another example here, and again, so you can pause the video and watch and read like what their experiment was on. I think you can see from this one again, they've got too short of an interpretation. I want to know, well, how does this matter? So the protein made you feel fuller, so what does that mean for your behavior? Are you going to eat more protein now, or do you want to not feel full? Let me know, explain why this is important. Data collection, again, only 2 days of data collection. Alternative explanations, each of these points can be fleshed out a little better, but it's not too bad. And this is probably the best of the examples I'm going to show you. You can see this person took data every night for 4 nights. And so maybe fleshing it out a little more could have been good, but I am glad that they did 4 nights of data collection. They interpreted it in a little more detail, but I do think there could still be more in this interpretation of results. And the alternative explanations, again, just short sentences. I would like to see a little more fleshed out, showing some critical thinking. Why might these other variables be affecting it? And then remove these kinds of things, the grading rubric at the bottom of your pages. So, and you can submit that on iLearn like normal. You click the submit button and you can copy and paste it in this little box, or you can add an attachment. So hopefully that gives you a couple good ideas of what to do for your experiment and how to do well on the experiment. Thanks. Good luck.